tea fact of the day is buzzing around again because Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, will be portraying him in the upcoming biopic, however you want to say it. But social media is starting to remind us that two of Michael Jackson's brothers have children with the same woman. Here's a breakdown. Randy Jackson dated Alejandra Genevieve and had 2 children with her. 3 years later, she turned around and married their other brother, Jermaine Jackson, and they have 2 children together, including the actor Jafar, who will star in the MJ biopic. They're now divorced, but what do you think about this mess? And does that mean that the children are both siblings and cousins? Siblings? Cousins? Al, what do you think about this?
What can you actually think about this, Claudia? I think we talked about it with who was it that we talked about a couple of weeks ago? What artist was that married?
Miley Cyrus.
No, ended up sleeping with his niece and having a baby. Gosh. Oh, well, it's slipping my mind. It, like we said then, this type of thing happened quite frequently back in the day. And these are the Jacksons. And I think the Jacksons follow their own rules. They also have a very insulated circle of people that they trust. And this is what happens when you're put in those type of circumstances and have those type of magnifying glasses around your relationship. I personally think it's kind of scary and icky and wouldn't necessarily want my family to participate with each other in this way. But for them, look what it has led to. It's led to a very talented young man who's now headed to the big screen to share the story of his family.
That was Bobby Womack. That was we talked about a few weeks back. Bobby Womack, who did admit on one of my other shows about having he told me the STDs he had. He admitted that. Okay, Armand, what do you think about this?
I think it's sick and disgusting, and I think that all of this stuff continues to add to the thoughts that people thought Michael Jackson was a predator. All of this seems like predatorial, perversion, weird stuff, and I'm just not into it, And I hate that people are so self-centered and so jealous of one another and so looking for a come up that they would even bring kids into a messy situation like that. These are all adults. This woman is homie hopping, brother hopping, the brother you sleeping with your brother's woman. Like, it's just so messy, so nasty. And they weren't even considering the children because they're all looking for they're all thinking about themselves. And I think it's disgusting.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, what is worse? I'm like, they're all out of line, out of pocket. You sleep with your brother you grew up with. You're going to sleep with your brother's woman and wife or baby mama. And then for the woman, you sat there and slept with brothers and had kids. Like, what is wrong with you? I mean, I guess we can say on one hand, well, at least they were both Jacksons. They were from a very successful family. You didn't pick any bums, but it's still raggedy behavior. Like, let's go to the chat and see what they got to say. Lady TC says, is that incest? And Murphy L said, the Jacksons been strange. We just look up and act like we don't see it. And so D'Angelo says, Jermaine and Tito are no better than trailer trash for this. It's super weird. It is that is a trailer.
But why would you have why would you want to get pregnant? Like, I feel like that's disgusting. You want to get pregnant by both brothers? I feel like that's crazy.
And both brothers bust off in her.
That's disgusting.
So we are family. Okay. Kel Wells said it's 1 billion women in the world and you only have eyes for her. My gosh, nasty as F. We can't say that anymore. And Sierra Thompson said, all their fame is all the more reason to find a different girl than your brother. You had to have access to so many women.
That's what I'm saying. It's the jealousy and envy, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to sleep with your brother's girl. You're jealous.
You want what your brother has.
Yeah.
You want to one-up him.
Christopher Law says she's Latina, so she gets a pass.
That's what I'm hearing.
Because, why? She never was really ostracized. I mean, we heard it, but it was like a whisper.
She should be dragged.
She should be dragged. And she was never really ostracized. Like, it was always,
where's the outrage, Al?
I know, right?
Kim White says she's passed around.
Oh. Thank God she wasn't black, though. At least she wasn't black. Black women don't do stuff like that.
Do you go to the baby shower if you're like the first man, the first husband, the first baby daddy? Do you go to the baby? Because that is your nephew.
Like, what does that conversation look like when you're talking about the family tree and the family dynamic? How do you explain that to the kid?
That tree, them roots is all tangled up like this. That's what the family tree roots look like. They like that. Cousin, brother, mother, brother, sister. It's a mess. Lil Lexa said, yep, if she was black, she would have been dragged.
But you know, people will try to cover this up and make it okay because of the family name and the money.
Yeah.
So they'll chump it up to, you know, this is Hollywood. We're a different type of family. It's okay. No, it's still weird.
It's not, and no one gets a pass on this. None of them.